Derek Kavanagh got a fist to that. Barry Cullinan. Big test for the two young men at midfield for Galway, Cullinan and Coleman. The break, Meehan goes after it. Can't get there.
That's a wrong call if the umpire signals is wide. It was a 45, definitely.
Signalled eventually as a 45. There's Billy Morgan. Nervy start from both teams. Meehan into Pádraig Joyce. Gets away from Niall Geary. Joyce with the space, Joyce with the point. Once he got away from his man, it was never in any doubt. Philip Clifford, lots of movement from him. He was the captain in '99. It's Hanley beside him. Ran straight into Paul Clancy. Conor McCarthy. Well, they're having to work hard to keep this alive. James Masters. Brendan Gerald Sullivan. Spots the space, spots Anthony Lynch in that space. Owen Sexton completely free. Nicholas Murphy waiting inside. Sexton went for the point himself. Well, he's put it over, but Nicholas Murphy was totally unmarked just in front of the Galway goal. Gary Murphy, like Geary, latecomer to the Cork senior panel, 30 years of age. Here's Kevin McMahon. McMahon with runners left and right. Sexton to his right. Inside to James Masters. Goal chance. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Masters ankle tapped from behind on his way through. Just like they did against Sligo. They've got a penalty, Cork.
Yeah, the incision that time was surgical, and again I think it was Alan Burke who probably came in, caught him, just ankle tapped him. Don't think it was deliberate or anything, but certainly found him just in the process as he was kicking the ball. Definite penalty. But again, the thrust from that time, I think it was Sexton coming through. The support play from Masters, top class. And
a change of penalty taker from Cork. Brendan Gerald Sullivan took the penalty against Sligo. It was saved and subsequently buried by James Masters. A beautiful finish. Brian O'Donoghue in the Galway goal. It's John Hayes, the 19-year-old, who will take the penalty kick. Hayes against O'Donoghue. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. Perfect placement from Hayes. Cork lead.
Textbook penalty kick that time. Just low, right to the corner. Very little that young O'Donoghue could do for it, even though he anticipated it very well. Top-class strike.
Here's Joe Bergen of Galway. Owen Sexton with him. Bergen hasn't got the ball anymore. Cork have. Sean Armstrong. Pádraig Joyce. Joyce fancies this. The confidence is up. That is just top draw from Pádraig Joyce. Great response to the Cork penalty. One of the best points you will see in any game.
That is a delightful strike that time from Pádraig Joyce.
Nicholas Murphy. It's very crowded in there. They both crowded out midfield in their provincial finals. Michael Meehan. That's Niall Geary who's marking him. Remember, Geary on a yellow card. Meehan, one way then the other. Great feat from Meehan, but can he get away from the cover? Has to turn back again. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They say in Galway they're still waiting for him to do it on the senior stage, but that isn't bad at all, is it?
Well, certainly Niall Geary's legs that time will have been in knots after the twisting he got that time from Michael Meehan again, who gets back onto his trusty left foot, has the confidence again to swing over an excellent point. Some of the point scoring there so far has been top drawer.
Taken by Kevin McMahon at the back of that cluster of players. Noel O'Leary. Kevin McMahon. Galway have only 3 attackers in the Cork half, so you can see how congested it is. Here's James Masters. Hard to find space, but he's got some space, and he's got some support from Brendan Gerald Sullivan. Brilliant. He needs to start well, Brendan Gerald Sullivan. Level for a 4th time in this match, and he has started well. That augurs well for Cork. Clancy, Michael Donlan. Completely free is Barry Cullinan. Has Declan Meehan overlapping. Cullinan belts it in towards Meehan. O'Dwyer has dropped it. Meehan in there. Goal for Galway. What a disaster for Kevin O'Dwyer. He is vulnerable under the high ball, and he's been caught.
Well, I was just oohing and ahhing to myself there with the beauty of the foot passing there out of the Galway defence, but it took ultimately a mistake by Kevin O'Dwyer to present the occasion for Meehan, who had the presence of mind to exploit it and take an opportunist goal. But the foot passing from the left cornerback position across the field that resulted in that was worth watching again.
Brendan Ger O'Sullivan, Nicholas Murphy, Gary Murphy up from cornerback. Brendan Ger has one already. Kevin McMahon trying to break the challenge. James Masters sets himself. Brilliant. This match is just quality all the way through. Damien Burke, well, they've held on to it. Declan Meehan, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Paul Clancy, chance for him to attack it again. Meehan isolated with Murphy. O'Dwyer out of his line, has to be a goal. Meehan, it's another goal for Galway. He got one-on-one with Murphy. He's loving this. So are Galway.
Well, that's as sweet a score as you could get. Again, Meehan's strength. Billy will need to make a change down there. Gets past Kevin O'Dwyer. Just watch it. Just keeps the nerve and slots it in. That's a great score for Galway.
2 goals in 3 minutes for Galway and for Michael Meehan. Nicholas Murphy just couldn't hang on to it. Looks good for Galway at the moment, but a long way to go. Niall Coleman. Again, look at that, switch it all the way across. Porrick Joyce looking for the space, finding the space and possession. Alan Burke has come up with him, the right cornerback. Joyce just teasing. Graham Canty, Sean Armstrong. Niall Geary with him. Some trickery from Armstrong. He's got support inside as well. Look at that. They were calling them the Terrible Twins Part 2 in Galway, which the comparisons were probably a little unfair. McMahon to Conor McCarthy. James Masters is the player ahead of him. McCarthy still in possession. Got away from Damien Burke. Brendan Ger O'Sullivan. Declan Meehan is marking him. O'Sullivan on the left boot. Shouts of great score. White flag goes up.
And that's what it is, a wonderful score off the left foot.
Graham Canty. Anthony Lynch shouting for it over here, but they'll go the other side. Conor McCarthy making a move ahead of Canty. Hasn't lost it, never will. Here's Anthony Lynch. Lynch up from centre-back. Brendan Ger O'Sullivan behind him. Clancy's challenge wasn't good. Jersey pulled on Lynch, he's got his point. Would have got the free anyway. Shirt was been pulled back. Very positive football from Lynch. Here come Cork, James Masters. Wind aiding him now, remember. Philip Clifford goes after it. Clifford manages to hang on. Alan Burke is the Galway right cornerback. Brendan Ger O'Sullivan. Hat-trick of points for the full forward. Not playing at full forward, but doing extremely well. And again, that's a good sign for Cork. His confidence up.
Fine score and a good start to the second half for Cork.
Just a goal between them. He'll be happier now, Billy Morgan. A lot of people congratulated them after their performance in the Munster final, and he told them it simply wasn't good enough. The scores from Freeze. Now here's Derek Kavanagh to Brendan Ger O'Sullivan. The goals are flowing in Croke Park. He's playing a blinder. What a goal.
What a goal. But again, the Galway defence will be asking questions of themselves. How come 2 players that time were able to drift into a threatening position without markers going with them? But the perception there of that pass coming through. 2 good hand passes, but the quality of the finish rips it into the corner of the net. What a game we have here in front of us, Dara.
It hit the post, but nestled safely in the back of the net. They've had problems scoring goals in the past, but not today. Paul Clancy. Galway looking to respond straight away. His opposite number, Anthony Lynch, claiming the ball. He's having a big game in the second half for Cork, getting through a lot of work. Barry Cullinan, challenged heavily by Nicholas Murphy. Owen Sexton. John Hayes. Sexton back to Hayes. Again completely free inside is Kevin McMahon. He's lost his marker. McMahon raiding through. McMahon goes for the point and gets it. They're really moving now.
Yeah, great pass, great support running that time from McMahon. Joe Bergen had to track him back. Again, the defensive qualities that Galway were exercising so well and applying so well in the first half have deserted him for the last while.
Paul Clancy. Well, it's now Galway will be looking to the experienced heads, the likes of Donlan and Joyce and Clancy, to steady them again. Noel Meehan, difficult angle, wide, wrong shot selection. About 14 minutes to go. Galway haven't scored in 12. Barry Cullinan taken off him by James Masters. Good, powerful fielding. It was McMahon indeed, and look at Anthony Lynch again, raiding forward. Lynch with options left and right, but still going, looking for his second point. Superb. Punches the air in delight, Anthony Lynch. His second point of this match. Anxious times for the Galway management. Joe Bergen, they just can't get the ball, Galway. Conor McCarthy worrying for Galway, starting to see more of it. Here's Philip Clifford. Clifford, someone managing to hang on to it. That looks brilliant. It is brilliant from Philip Clifford. He's back on the team, he's proving a point. And Cork are really moving at the moment. 4 down at half-time, they're 4 up now.
Oh, such a turnaround, and again the strength of Clifford that time, despite the pressure from Alan Burke, strikes a wonderful score, and that has been a feature of the afternoon. The high quality of point scoring from play by both sides.
Porrick Joyce, again they look for Meehan. Meehan gets a touch to it. Michael Meehan for Galway. Away from the goal by O'Connor. Meehan comes back, and Meehan gets his point. And for all the trouble they've had, look at the deficit now.
Oh yeah, great score by Meehan. And maybe this first touch just betrayed him a little bit in that case. Good tackling by Murphy at once, put him out, but again he had the confidence to get the ball onto his right foot and take a score. 2 points.
2-13, 2-11. Derek Kavanagh. Philip Clifford has treated us to a fantastic point in the second half. Brendan Ger O'Sullivan, a goal and a couple of points as well. John Hayes just taking the pace out of it, holding it up, waiting for the opening. John Hayes to put them 3 clear. That's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The angle for a right-footed kicker, almost impossible. He's been brilliant though.
That's an absolute beauty in that case. Just watch him with Finian Hanley, strength to kind of throw him aside, and again launch a delightful strike through the posts. Again, it's been a feature of the afternoon, that trademark scores from distance from both sides. That's an absolute beauty.
First score in 9 minutes just shows you how much ball Galway have been winning around the middle, but it's Cork who come up with the score. And do they have time? No, they don't. It's over. And Cork have booked their place in the All-Ireland semi-final. First-year managers have done well in 2005, but it's the man who's been involved in Cork football for 42 years. Loves working with this bunch of players, and look at the delight on Billy Morgan's face. They're through to the semi-final. Galway go out, they only scored 4 points in the second half. They were 4 points ahead at half-time. Cork are through, they've beaten Galway by 2-14 to 2-11.